So before the race, we're really fortunate to send my buddy off, who's James Poole, world-renowned ultra athlete from North Face, and I picked him up, dropped him off, and we sent him off. He was doing the secret race, which is over 700 kilometers or 400 plus miles. And he started off Saturday at 4 p.m. This is us, getting him ready to go. Look at his backpack. His backpack's like, forget rucking. This is like running across the country, utilizing the backpack with all his gear on it, and he has to film everyone. And he ran 9 miles later and met us at the starting, kind of like the gathering place for the solo runners for this race called the Speed Project. And, he celebrated here, and he sent off and ran to his way through Joshua Tree and then on to Las Vegas. So this is a really cool event that was put up by the people at the Speed Project. You come in, you get merch, but you also meet all the other solo runners that are kind of legendary in their own right because they're taking part in a multi-day race across the country. And this is kind of the place where they're making announcements, and this is where I say I take a family vacation. This is the second time I've done this race. I really enjoyed this race. It's almost like a sabbatical for me. I don't treat it like I'm racing anybody else. It's just point to point. I start from Santa Monica. 4 a.m. On Monday morning, and the goal is to get there by Sunday noon, where there's a pool party. And the characters within this run and this event are legendary. There's my family. It's really special because this year there was 41 of us, 20 women. I think half the field was female, half the field was male, and it's a really even balance. And the women are arguably stronger than the men in terms of endurance genetically. They grind it out, and they're so good at this sport. And I think there's not enough sports out there that highlight the female genetics, and I think ultra running definitely is one of them. And you can see this is the start. We all line up under the sign, and this is the legendary, Sendoff from one of the announcers of the Speed Project. And that's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and off we go. So we run. This race is really fun because you run through Santa Monica straight line, and in the beginning there's a few different routes you can take. You can take the route that goes left, or you could take the route that kind of goes straight through. And for those of you who don't understand LA, it basically, there's a route that can take you there in 340 miles, and there's a route that you can get there in 290 miles. This year I chose the 290 mile route. I ended up running more like 310 miles. But the route to the left takes you about 330 to 340 miles. Different route. One is classified as OG. The other is OG is like the original route the original guys took back in 2012, 2013, where there was only like 6 of them, 3 girls, 3 guys, and they just relayed their way through, and that was the genesis of this brand. This is me running through downtown LA. This is probably, I don't know, about 16 miles 779, maybe a little shorter. And I highlighted that gas was like 779. It's like, why? And when you run through downtown LA, you run through Monterey Park, and it was really cool. So that was mile 20. Right here is mile 20, and you can see I stopped by to get Chinese food breakfast in Monterey Park, which was epic. Finished that and kept moving, and you move through all the cities kind of along the 10 freeway. It's really magical because typically you would drive to El Monte, or you would drive past certain places that like Upland, but Rancho Cucamonga, but I'm really traveling by foot through all of these little cities. And we rented an RV, Rented an RV from Almonte RV, who's also a race sponsor, and we basically had my family follow me through, each day, and I would take naps in the RV, 2 to 3 hours, come up and keep running. So the objective was to move for about 50 miles a day, 40 to 50 miles a day, and utilize that as your benchmark. So in 7 days, 6 days, you can get there. I got there in 7 days. I ended up getting there in 7 days. Which is fine, not the end of the world. So day 2, I started from Upland, Victorville. So for day 1, I ran about 43 miles. And here, this is a magical run because I woke up, got up in the middle of the night, and started to run through this segment. So there was this segment. So this is day 2. I got up, woke up in the middle of the night, and started running through this segment. There's this beautiful bike path that you can take throughout the city of Rancho Cucamonga, and you kind of run all the way through, and you get to like the Victorville area.
All right, we did
this
it.
is the 15 freeway. For those of you from Los Angeles, this is what we take to get to Las Vegas. And truth be told, around mile, I guess this is mile 55, 60, I ran into another runner, and we were able to run a little bit through the night. And next day, took a nap and started to run during the daytime. I think this is Victorville now, bright sun. And this race takes place in late March. It's hot. It's not so hot, but it's hot. So, you're always in the sun. And, as you know, if you're running constantly in the sun, it takes a toll on you. But we're running across the freeway. And I called my buddy James. We were texting on this run. And I texted my buddy James Poole. I'm like, it's hot out here. He's done this like multiple times. And he's like, go buy an umbrella. So my kids went to Target and bought a little umbrella. And you can see me here using the little umbrella as shield for the heat. I'm telling you, that little umbrella made most world of difference to me. It's hot. So, I took my shirt off. It's like, this is like in the middle of Victorville. And the best way to run these things is you don't want to run with your back facing traffic. You want to see incoming traffic so that you don't get hit by a car. That's sort of the trick. And that's what I did for most of the run. This is probably, 85, 90 degrees right now. Then I take short naps. The key to these races is you do what you can, and then you take a short nap, and then you get back out there and keep clicking on the mileage. You don't want to get in a place where you just stop, because once your body stops for more than 3 hours, 2 hours, it goes into this reset pattern. It's really painful to restart that engine. I'm still working on this trip. I'm taking some calls. I'm taking some Zoom calls. And so, it was a kind of a work/not work trip for me. It's just hard to take a week off these days. It's very difficult. So here I am running into Barstow area along the train tracks, and you can see all the loose sand running across the freeway. The police was asking my wife, like, what is he doing? And, obviously she had to explain, yes, he's running from Santa Monica to Las Vegas. And the question is why? And, it's like, for me, the why is really simple because I feel good doing it. It's kind of my vacation. I get to do a lot of things. I get to process my thoughts. I get to listen to podcasts. I get to try to answer questions about my own personal life that may have been bothering me all year. And I use this as a meditative structure to get me to kind of reflect on my year, especially what's happened to me and how I can, obviously improve as a human being. Many times, you get into this space where you have all these ideas and you just want to use this time to reflect on, filter out the good and the bad. So this is where I'm already at. I think I am in, let me see, where am I here? I'm in day 3, 133 miles in. And this is again, you take a nap, cat nap, you get out and you keep running. And here you're going to see me wear more like compression socks while my family is out there doing laundry. The whole thing is you try to change into fresh times. You get into this space where you have all these ideas and you just want to use this time to reflect on, filter out the good and the bad. So this is where I'm already. I think I am in, let me see, where am I here? I'm in day 3, 133 miles in. And this is again, you take a nap, cat nap, you get out and you keep running. And here you're going to see me wear more like compression socks while my family is out there doing laundry. The whole thing is you try to change into fresh clothes so you don't get chafing, a lot of chafing going on, so you don't get blisters. You always try to have fresh socks on. Fresh socks is a key. Don't go light on new socks. New socks prevent blistering because of the humidity that can build in even when you're sweating. This is a beautiful shot. Like, this is when we're running into Prim. It's just amazing. There's some military bases here. And I think there's a solace to running in the desert by yourself alongside of traffic that is running, going to the same direction you're heading. And they must be looking at me going, why is this guy running? Is everything okay? And once you get closer to Las Vegas, about 100 miles out, you get into these places called Powerlines. Then they're basically somewhat parallel to the freeway. But they have these dirt roads, fire roads, that kind of traverse in parallel with the power lines. So you run on these dirt paths, and you go over these hills, go over elevation. I think the net elevation for this race was like 14,000 feet of gain over 300 miles. So it's not crazy. 320 miles is not crazy, but you still feel it. So it's a combination of running on highways, 2-lane incoming traffic highways, and then finding some relief on the power lines, because when you're running flat for so many, like hundreds of miles, it doesn't feel great. So you want undulation, you want up and down, you want some variety so you can use different parts of your muscle. This is, I believe, sunset, and the best thing to eat for me are a cup of noodles. You get salt and you get carbs. And in these longer bouts, you really need a lot of salt to keep your body fueled. For this particular run, this is in the morning. That's day 4. I'm 177 miles in. Took a cat nap, got up, get ready to go. And this is where, I took some supplements. I took creatine, testing creatine. I took nut butter. I took some ginseng, also pretty good. And I'm using poles here because there's a lot of climbing. And for using the poles to help you climb is great, and you can see how long these power lines are. So you can use poles going forward or even hiking, and they allow you to even work your upper body as well. My kids stopped by this really cool diner called Peggy Sue's. This is like a well-known aid station right before Prim, and go in and experience what a 1950s diner looks like. Kind of cool, very cool. And they had their pie. I was still running with an umbrella. But, we turned this literally into a family trip, right? So if you plan it right, if you have the right mindset, these long ultra races, multi-day, involve your family. They can do sightseeing while you're out there for 5 hours grinding out, mileage. And of course, gas stations can end up being an aid station for you. And we certainly use gas stations sparingly to top off on certain things that we maybe forgot or ran out of, specifically things like water. The entire adventure up until now, as you can see, is we're about, close to 100 miles or less outside of Las Vegas already. And it's hot, it's dry, and it's definitely not humid. And you kind of do some sightseeing along the way. You see some fellow run, much like, what people go to Joshua Tree to. Of course, I'm not doing drugs, but this is more like using the journey to find different versions of yourself that you would not have realized exist unless you put your body through some level of, stress and journey, distance, right? Lots of great things come out with distance. When you go the distance, things happen that otherwise wouldn't reveal itself had you only done a 2-mile walk. This is a pretty cool part of a sunset, and you can see the horizon. I mean, it's really beautiful. And at night, you can see all these semi trucks come out, and we used one of the aid stations. My wife met me. I was at a rest stop. You know those rest stops that you would see next to the freeway? Imagine if your wife met you there as an aid station, picked you up, refueled you there, and then you left there running into the middle of the desert, heading towards the Las Vegas side. That's exactly what I did. And this was, I think, the last segment, close to the last segment here, going into Vegas. That once you crest that hill, there's Powerlines. You go over that big hill and you're about 40 miles away from Las Vegas, the sign, which is where we want to go. The temperature fluctuations are insane. 1 minute you're wearing a jacket, the other minute you don't have your shirt on, because the mornings are really, really cold relative to the daytime. And you're always trying to mitigate temperature. So that's one of the key challenges of this race, is your body has to go hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. And if you've done the right training, your body should be able to respond favorably to it. See, now I have another jacket. Now the jacket's off. Like, I can't make up my mind. Am I too hot? Am I too cold? This is a beautiful shot. This is my son sending me off, and he comes back and gives me a hug. And I think this is one of the most beautiful moments of my run. Together, I have another one with my daughter, but unfortunately, it wasn't caught on tape here. Anyways, so see, I'm just going through. I'm actually 50 miles from Las Vegas right now. This is that last turn. You make a turn to the left here on the highway. It's only like, in a car, it's like 30 minutes, and you basically head towards Las Vegas. And what we do is, once we crest that power line, that major last hill, we run on Las Vegas Boulevard into Las Vegas, and you get to see how long Las Vegas Boulevard truly is. It's a pretty long road, it's 30 miles out, and not all of it is developed. I'm sure they had plans to build Las Vegas Boulevard into something incredible, but I think most of the excavation was done in the inner city on a square mileage basis. This is day 6. This is close to the last days. I'm 270 miles in here, and again, it's about eating, napping, and here you look at me. I'm bouncing back. I'm doing a little bit of running. The body is using each day to recover, because the daily effort varies, right? Some days you're walking more, some days you're running more, some days you're hiking more, but there's such a thing as active recovery, and you'll find yourself recovering. Your body is taking its own priority to recover you. So this is actually running up hills, guys. And the objective is to crest that mountain. Once you crest that mountain, you come down and you take Las Vegas Boulevard all the way home. Are there any animals out here? Are there any snakes? Are there animals that would hurt you? This is my second year doing this run. I've never seen anything. I've never seen a coyote, knock on wood. I've never seen anything that could prevent me from scaring me. In fact, the nighttime, I take my light off, I click it off, I look at the stars, and you'll never see stars that beautiful. I mean, similar to looking up if you're in Hawaii. And
story, and it was
this is a
published
major
Friends
cross
for your
section
entire
where all
career.
the runners kind of meet each other, meet their crew, and go up. By this time, we're at day 6, and day 6, you know, the relay runners. We did a solo mission, meaning we ran the whole distance by ourselves. The relay runners comprised of teams of 6 or less or more. They would pass the baton to each other, you know, every mile, every 2 miles, every 4 miles, but they're going for speed. So relay runners started Friday and ended on most likely Saturday, Sunday. This is yeah. So there were 2 different races that was going on, but the relay runners didn't start until Friday. This is the last day. This is 311 miles. This is officially on Las Vegas Boulevard. And this is 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. in the morning. It's freaking cold. I am decked out now. I'm sure you guys recognize this. I'm wearing my full-blown jacket. I'm wearing clothes. As you're out there for so long, your body temperature tends to drop a little bit more, and you get cold. So I'm just walking, running, you know, finding the last few hours. Like, it's not few hours. The last day is still like an 8-hour journey, you know. I didn't finish until like I think noon-ish. And okay, we get into Las Vegas, and I find a relay runner, and the relay runner was like, "Hey, let's run together. Let's run in." You don't understand how wonderful it is to have someone to run with after you run by yourself for like 3-4 days. So there I am following the relay runners into the Las Vegas sign. It gave me a big boost, and I'm running like 8-minute, 9-minute miles here, and I was feeling pretty good. And the end of the race is to be able to touch the Las Vegas sign. And there you can see my family's greeting me. I'm wearing, you know, long sleeve shirt. It's hot outside, but my body's a little cold because I've been exposed to the elements for so long. And you can see me going, yes, I'm running. And you carry a lot of water weight right now. Like, your body's filled with all kinds of stuff because you've been fueling yourself for the last 7 days with anything you can eat. So there you go. I touched the sign and I'm done. That's the end of the race, guys. It was a beautiful journey for me. I really enjoyed the race. And thank you guys for listening. I think I'll do it again next year. Yeah. The team at the Speed Project do such a great job putting this together. They do an incredible job. So
He cares about enough that he'd listen to them, or anyone who's willing to try.